The elders, who knew about abundance, tell us that there is a natural magic about circles. Because you see, when you realize you are part of a circle, you also understand that you are the only one looking at life from your angle. All the others have a different angle. Some even have an opposite view of life. But it takes all of you to make that circle, and it wouldn't be complete if anyone would be missing. So the real wealth is when you can listen to all the opinions, from all the angles, and still be able to have your unique angle to look at life. In a circle, each speaks once, but listens many times, allowing all to live much richer than before. In a circle, you learn to listen much more than you speak. That is why we will soon have a forum. But are you open and free enough to hear different opinions and not be offended? So you see, here at the House of Circles, we don't want you to think like us. What we do want is that you think very well on how you usually think. In other words, think as you like, but make sure that the way you think is beneficial to you. As soon as you conquer this space for yourself, you will naturally allow the other the same space to think as he pleases. If you both think in a way that brings good results and profits for each other, then you will respect yourselves mutually and accept the differences because they won't offend you anymore. So you see, circles are also about relations. If you are not aware of this, then you live the illusion that your truth is the only one and all others are false truths, minor truths. That is the real origin of wars. They start inside us individually, and then they form a culture where aggression is legitimate, justified, and welcome. Now, if you do think freely and with good results, you will also teach your children to think freely, right? We received this world from a generation that went through wars, fear, and sometimes hunger. They did their best to teach us, but ours is a generation with much less war. That made the population increase a lot. Together with the global communications such as mobile phones, emails, and the internet, we have to redefine our whole way of thinking, which means that we can't work and function like before. That's why here we deal so much with personal coaching and self-development. Fortunately, our future generations will be able to count on us much more than we could count on our parents, because without noticing, we have created one of the biggest generation gaps in the history of mankind. We have given an unimaginable huge jump in evolution. So here at the House of Circles, because we are so bold, we're going to invite you to change your line of thinking and acting. We want you to violently shake your belief system. We want you to doubt the very basis of all that you believe. We will invite you to think very well about what you usually think, because we know that you are normally not aware that you are thinking this way or that. In fact, you don't even know how or why you started thinking the way you think. Practically, we will send you links, videos, presentations, and documentaries. We will invite you to act in a way that many will say is negative. Maybe even in a way that you now think is negative. But is it really? When computers and the internet appeared, it was suddenly possible to quickly sum huge world values and totals. And we became aware that 1% of the population had power and control over 96% of this planet's resources. In other words, if we look at the remaining, 99% of the world population was competing for only 4% of the resources. The wealth redistribution process started in 1960. We will soon publish a video on this in our info center. And today, that 1% of the population only controls around 40% of the world resources. And do you know why so many people still have debts and financial problems? Because we suddenly had access to wealth, but we didn't get any financial education. Can you read the contract that a bank shows you when you want a loan? Can you consolidate or renegotiate your loans? Do you know how to identify if you should? Financial education was left out of our education on purpose. So many years in school and they don't teach us such an important thing. So here at the House of Circles, our invitation is for you to go much, much further and deeper. Open your eyes, wake up, and free yourself. And first of all, we want you to free yourself financially. We are very glad you are here now. So welcome to the House of Circles.